Hiya. So I've just had a few days away, which was very nice, in the south of the country. Boiling hot sun and rain pouring down, literally every other day. Very weird. So today I wanted to talk about a healing crisis. What is a healing crisis? That sounds really extreme, doesn't it? And not something that you want. Like, oh, I don't want to have a healing crisis. What? But really, I think it's the word crisis that makes people feel a bit concerned. So let's forget that word, the word crisis, and let's just say a healing response. A healing response. What is that then? So, okay, so if you are a person who has gone through a really long period of stress, you've experienced some trauma, grief, it could also be, not things that have happened recently. It could go back in time over a long period of time and you still feel that it's with you, or you haven't quite been able to move away from some of these old things, these memories, because they are memories now, of course. If it's not happening now, still, it's a memory, but it kind of throws your energy off. It also creates different mindsets, and you react to things differently. Your beliefs change when you've experienced grief and trauma and you haven't been able to shake it off, because grief and trauma and upsets and suffering, I don't like saying this, but they are sadly part of the human experience. I think even if someone had all the things that they wanted, because a lot of the times we equate a good life to someone who perhaps has a lot of money, but sometimes people who have a lot of money really don't have a good life. So we kind of assume generally perhaps that, a good life is a life with no grief, trauma, suffering, because nobody wants to experience it. But ultimately, what you're having is a human experience, and a human experience is up and down, up and down, up and down, and that is totally normal. Grief is normal because we do lose people. Trauma, I don't want to say it's normal, but we can be traumatized by things. Some people can be traumatized by some things that other people wouldn't find traumatizing at all. And so that is dependent on who you are as a person, your previous experiences and your level of sensitivities. So it's all relative to you as an individual. Suffering, trauma, grief, and happiness and joy, they're all relative to a unique individual, in that everybody experiences them differently. Some people would feel joyful over a particular event and other people not. So, So when we're having a healing response, it's different for everyone. So that means that if someone has gone to, acupuncture or reflexology, but I'm talking about healing, energy healing. So they go and have energy or frequency healing, and then afterwards they might actually feel, they might initially feel really good, and then kind of feel really, really tired, a bit almost like jet lag tired, and then feel really, really sad, and need to go to bed and sleep, or need to cry quite a lot, or feel sensitive to things. And I think what happens is generally people worry that that's wrong. They worry that the healing, or whatever the thing is, the therapy that they've had has made them worse. They feel worse. They can't stop thinking about the event that happened a long time ago. And therefore what they've done is a wrong thing. And it's, oh my God, what have I done? But my experience, and I've been doing this for like 30 years now, and it's happened to me personally, because I've had a lot of these things happen to me. I've had, like everyone in life, grief, trauma, sad things happen that I've had to overcome, is that when I've had healing and had a healing response, usually within a day or two, I feel a lot better. And it's like everything gets shaken up. Everything that has been stuck in your psyche, in your mindset, things that you've been blocking and pushing away in order to cope, will come to the surface, not to punish you and make you feel worse, but so that it can come out of you, so that you can be aware of it and then release it. And that's what a healing response is, or if you like, a healing crisis, because it feels a bit like that, but I don't like that word. So, and so some people come along and they're very calm and they haven't really had any particular horrible traumas happen, and they haven't recently lost anyone, you know, but then they have a really big healing response. Why is that? Well, it comes back to that individual's capacity for dealing with emotion. So if they're a highly sensitive person, everything will be magnified. If they are a person who has been coping as well as they can and pushing it away, and just really coping, it's a bit like shoving everything in a cupboard and locking the cupboard and then hoping that the cupboard will never open. But what healing does is it opens the cupboard and all the stuff comes out so that it can go, you know. And yes, okay, we might still have remnants of feelings about stuff that's happened to us in the past, you know. Memories might come to the surface, but they're never as bad as the initial stuff when it releases after healing. A bit like a scar. So you have a wound and that wound needs to heal. And then after it's healed, there's maybe a small scar. So I think all human beings have that because of all the experiences, but that actually you realise makes you wiser. Suffering does, unfortunately. It's the way human beings are made. Makes you wiser. Experiences make you wiser. And so after the traumatic stuff has gone, after the core emotion has gone, wisdom comes, and then we can shift and change gear, we change frequency, we become a better version of ourselves. So that's the healing response. It needs to come up, to release, so that we can get clarity on everything that's happened to us, and then we change, because it's a powerful internal shift.